spear.
Go on the tit. Look. Look at that. Carlos did that.
See, he's reliving high school.
Look at
Is
my
he throwing
ankle.
spear grass at people?
Yeah.
Remember spear grass, man?
Still elementary.
An F4G, and I hear Vietnamese wedding music. I have to reach for my gun. This is my generation. Night after night, I'm watching these guys leave very quickly with their afterburners.
Hey, he's got an IR mod.
Yeah, this is like, I think, a G. It's a National Guard, probably. It's a beauty. It's all painted over a million times, and here at the museum.
You go look at the back end of that 105
The
Thunder
Thud?
Chief.
Yeah.
Whoa, what an engine.
And this is the training bird of the 50s in the Navy.
That's the same one that the 104 had in it, you know.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. The same power. What is it, the J?
J75, 56,000.
Oh, yeah.
Variable. It had, the 106
Cecil
had
skirt.
the variable fuel, but that had the variable aperture afterburner.
Yeah.
Big,
Yep.
which were also the speed brakes in a certain mode when you flapped them wide open. And that's, you should remember that one.
The F9F, yes, I was just saying, I grew up
first
with.
model airplane.
Well, I grew up with them. They were around me all the
That was
time.
one of my first model airplanes.
The orange one or the dark blue one?
The Cougar.
I know, the dark blue one. I
Yeah,
mean,
the dark blue one.
Yeah. And then,
Dark blue one with a Navy decal.
because these, I grew up around T-28s.
When
Everybody
I
was
trying
training
to
when I
go
was a
to
kid. That was a
Nam to get
trainer.
out of Indiana. This was what the Air Force. I wanted to go into
Really?
the Special Air Force.
They used the
parade.
Trojan. Okay.
They used the Texan, the Air Force.
The Texan, I know.
T-28 Texan. Navy
Now-
was the Trojan.
The Texan, yes, the Texan was also used for, not this one, but the all zeros in bad World War II movies.
Oh yeah,
Or Texans,
yeah, that
because they
was
had
the
a
one.
hothouse
Yeah.
kind of looking.
No, but this was that's a Navy job. But yeah, that's what they had in.
These Huskies were still flying into Da Nang in '72.
I used to ride around in these up in Duluth. Had a shitload of those at their big base up on the hilltop.
The screws are gone, but they're counter-rotating, folks. It was quite a
They
bird.
were scary, man. I just
Yeah.
kept waiting for them to run into one another.
Yeah, I used to watch them at the end of the runway doing drills. They were still the firefighting birds when I was there. And these, of course, were still around. They were the bad guys. No, 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 no.
Maybe he's having work done on.
Where's the ceramic car sign?
Yeah.
2 signs.
101B. We're gonna look at.
No ceramic car sign. Voodoo. Nice bird. 50s. Best bird for design.
No one is the catfish.
Stang used to have one of these in a private collection, I think, back in the days when, back in the day.
Oh, we're gonna purchase.
Dr. Guy, will you give a demonstration on feasting the canon?
Make sure the fist is ready.
Yes.
It's greased.
You're greased.
Oh,
Certain
no.
level. Keep the elbow
Size is
straight.
no
And
problem?
your fist into the
Oh.
heart of the cannon. And you grab it so the metallic and you pump back.
Oh, what technique.
Ah, yes. And I love the smell of cordite in the morning.
It's victory, maybe?
Victory. I smell victory.
Now, which plane do you fly out of here on today? That you
I'm
get to
going
choose
down
any of
this one
these?
because
Okay.
I've got to go back to Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
with the voodoo.
I left my credit card in Quebec, so I got to. Yeah, the metal dents that you sit in with the strap, and your ass freezes because the heater's up the middle, and they have these things that look like big canvas socks that hang down up the center where the hot air comes out. It smells like engine oil.
In this aircraft.
This aircraft right here, we bought it from the front, and we were sitting back over here. This door did not exist on the model we were on.
Right.
It just had big cargo doors. And the big cargo doors, because the back end was slightly different configuration, it came back a little straighter here, and then it didn't open here, it just opened straight out and flat.
To the
And
grass like that.
we were very ill, several of us, and the guy was afraid we were going to throw up because we were hungover flying back from Duluth to Indiana. And he said, no, don't throw up. And he hooked a strap there for us, and we hook on, and he would crank one half of the door open about a foot.
Sure, yeah.
And it'd be this incredible suction, and you would just lean over and puke into the slipstream.
Right,
You know, and it would
yeah.
blow out over northern Minnesota.
Well, here you can see the big vagina that once opened.
Yeah, this was it, right here. You see, it goes all the way back. We were actually standing, the configuration, we were standing about here and barfing down in. I think it was actually hitting the slipstream due to vortex effect. Probably about here's where the puke started really turning over. And then it would kind of like boil back in a long shining trail of vomitus, like Halley's Comet. Beautiful, but yet deadly. Scintillating and yet...
And what caused this horrible sickening effect in all of your young bodies at that time?
Yeah, and we had to take turns too. There was only one shoulder strap and only one place to stand, so
how
we had
nice.
to take a turn. And
So you had to
puke.
hold your vomitus for...
Yeah, until the next guy got it. So it was kind of like one of those bukkake Japanese things where everybody jacks off on the girl's face once at a time. This is like everybody got to puke out the door once at a time.
Okay.
Then you had to go
You have
around.
to hold, yeah, the same sort of holding of the bodily fluids
Holding of the
until the perfect
convulsive
moment.
bodily explosion until the right
yeah.
moment.
I'm
Only
sure.
a lot
I'm
less
sure my
fun.
listeners will.
A lot less fun. A lot less
We'll
fun.
know what we're talking about.
Well, I don't want to be obscene, but I mean it's the closest
No,
thing
but
that I
we
can
have
think
to.
of.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Yes.
And our show has always been committed to the
And
truth.
this was, in fact, my God, 675. I
That's
was
the
on
aircraft.
765, the sister ship of this.
This flying boxcar, this
Flying
C-119, probably like an H or
It actually belonged to the Air National Guard out at Duluth, but our C-124, something was wrong with it, so they got it to fly us back because the airplanes had gone back.
They made models of this where the little belly came off, right below the wing root there, and would drop onto the ice or the desert or the mountaintop.
Giant living pod.
And the rest of this with the pilots, and then pretty much it would go back to supply and quickly pick up other things
Another
and very
pod.
easily land another pod without hurting anybody or losing a drop.
One of the Navy planes had that concept on one of the wing things, like where that tank was. It would drop this huge pod and it would blow out into a boat of still, an outboard motor. You know, no, I mean seriously, it was like
small
a huge,
bookshop.
Well, yeah, a small bookshop, a coffee maker. You know.
Yes.
And that was all old technology. We didn't have no semiconductors.
Like
That was
what's
all
behind
done
you.
with light bulbs. Every bit of it was run off. There was a red light bulb and a green light bulb. See, and that was digital. And that's how we did it. It was digital computer with red and green lights.
Even in this Stratcom bird behind us, the T-33A, so old it's...
That's what the old desk guys flew once a month.
What's wrong with you? Sir, I don't know if you can stay in Texas. Are you messing in Texas pants?